Hello, my beautiful ladies. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Karen. How is everybody? I guess Halloween is here, almost. I thought one thing that I'm going to do, because I do have the possibility, and I will talk in a little bit more about this, to actually put former videos on a live stream. Hi, Adrian. And that means that you're not watching the videos that are already on the channel, but I'm broadcasting them directly from my computer. But I thought it would be a good idea to do, you know, the videos I have on Halloween and fall, to kind of do, maybe not every day, but every other day or every 3 days, a little live of a list. And that's what I wanted to let you know about this. And I might not always be online when I do that. I mean, I might go back and forth. Hi, Ramona. I am really happy because we finally had rain here for a couple days, and last night, I mean after midnight, towards the morning, it started raining here, and it was so beautiful. And it was that kind of heavy rain, you know, the one that's steady. And I woke up, you know, and I drank my coffee, and I went around and I fed the cats and all that, and then I was like, I think I want to go back to bed because it feels so good. Because honestly, this whole climate change is absolutely horrible. I was actually looking at some of the forecasts. Hi, Christine. And it's just horrible. I mean, we are looking at some really bad drought, pretty much. Right now, it's not so much rain here, but it's good. I'm starting to get a little bit more used to the new dose of thyroid, and I guess that's gonna be until I need it changed again. But for now I'm okay. I'm supposed to go in the week of the 11th, so that would be next week. Not next week, next week. I mean, a week from Monday. Sometime during that week, I need to go do my blood work, and I'm not super happy about it, but considering that's in a place where there's a lot of people, I mean, not a lot of people, there's a lot of space, they can do a lot of social distancing. And I guess I'm going to be wearing my respirator mask, not my surgical mask again. Otherwise, I've been slowly again getting back on track. And one thing that I found exceptional was that I had happy days. Because and I know I'm not the only one, because I talked to more than one other artist. These last couple years have been horrible, not really couple years, almost 2 years, have been horrible, and it's been getting worse and worse. And it's that see, people are the happiest when they do have some type of control in their lives, and everything that's been going on in the world is very out of our control. We can only control, as good as we can, our little personal bubble. And with everything that's been going on, you know, it kind of fills you with anxiety, and it kind of fills you with fear, you know. And of course that affects your happiness, and when your happiness is affected, you don't have a lot of creative juices. And I guess with me it was also the thing with my hyperthyroid, with being tired all the time and not being able to be as active as I wished. You know, I'm still struggling on some things. I mean, it's not like it's all unicorn farts, but it's getting a little bit better. And I did, as I said, I did have some happy, maybe not full day, you know, but a few happy hours here and there. So hopefully things will get better. The kitties are good, which is another good thing. I'm trying to avoid people as much as I can. I mean, face-to-face interaction. I'm only face-to-face interacting with maybe a total of 3 people, but very, very rarely, maybe once or twice a month, not more, and with social distancing. So let's talk a little bit about polymer clay and resin and other questions that I've got I received in the meantime. One of them is something that I did talk about before, and I do have, if you give me a minute, I do have a an older tutorial. I was asked about essential oils and polymer clay, and you can find that also on my blog. I think I talked about this. This is a tutorial on how to make an essential oil diffuser pendant. And as I said, I said before, I did test it quite extensively for more than 3 years. So what I found is that, and everything that I had around the house I tested in terms of essential oils, what I found is that we are talking here about putting essential oils on baked clay. Anything that's a citrus oil, be it lemon, be it orange, be it tangerine, does affect the clay a little bit. I mean, it gives you a little bit stickiness. I know, it's horrible. But I used to use a lot of polymer clay, a lot of essential oil in polymer clay mixed in the polymer clay. And why would you do that? Is because essential oils generally get activated by heat. And when you get, but that's the whole idea. If you use it on something that doesn't touch the skin, hi Silver, it won't be that effective. But if you use it for a pendant or something that touches your skin and it gets warmed up, it's going to start releasing the essential oils. And no, it doesn't get killed by baking it. Another thing that I do, and I used to do a lot, because I used to make, you know, those little prehistoric goddesses, like the spiral goddess and the Venus of Willendorf and stuff like that. I used to make little pendants like that. And what I used in them, not so much essential oils. I was using essential oils only when I didn't want to change the color. But I would use, for example, ground cinnamon in translucent oil, and it would give the translucent clay, and it would give the translucent clay an effect of brownish stone. The same goes for a nutmeg. And generally speaking, yes, you can use essential oil. As I said, I would stay away from citrusy oils and stuff like that. I just realized it's for the last couple weeks or so. You probably was the only time that you can actually see my natural hair color mixed with a little bit of whitish. But yeah, I do bleach my hair, but as you can see, my roots are big enough for you to see what my actual hair color is. And I started dyeing my hair when I was fairly young, like about 18, because as you can see, and it's not because of how much gray hair I have or anything, but it's an ash blonde, and it always looked, under artificial light, it always looked gray. And we are talking here about, you know, late 70s, 80s, 90s, well before gray and silver hair were in fashion. So yeah, I started dyeing my hair when I was like 18. Hi, Gilda. That was one of the things. The other thing is I did work a little bit more on the Cernit pearlescence, and because you keep asking me, don't forget to use my PolyClay Play affiliate when you buy from PolyClay Play. But hold on, let me post my link again, because what I wanted to tell you is, and you kind of have to hurry up a little bit, because she's starting to run out and has to order some more. Remember I was telling you that Cernit got the pearl, I mean in the metallics, and now it also has a pearl that is, I don't know, I have to order it and see how that is and how different it is from the metallics one. But yeah, I'm going to post a few more things in terms of a Cernit, and I'm going to post those hopefully fairly soon. Making ceramic backs of what? For polymer clay fronts. How do you make ceramic backs? You need to explain that a little bit more to me. Okay, so where we go from here, I guess there's still a little bit of a shortage in the pearl, because Trish was telling me that she still has a little bit of issues replenishing her Premo stock. Okay, the other question was, what is my opinion about videos and channels that post stuff like the 5-minute crafts family thing? I don't think you need ceramic elements. One thing that I can tell you, and I did comment on a couple of those videos, but there's like a ton of videos like that, and what I can tell you is, if you do, you know, generally I don't like to talk bad about other channels, but I also don't like it when people are in for the money, you know. And channels like those, they are in for the money. They are not really, their purpose is not really to make people try and do whatever they are showing. They have a lot of misinformation in them. Number one, let me put it this way. Number one, by what I can figure out when we are talking colors, they are, and of course, they are Chinese channels, okay? Most of the polymer clay that they are using to show those things is the crappy stuff that you can find on Amazon. That Chinese polymer clay, that is crap. Remember, like a couple years ago, I did a live, I think it was called Grandma's Try and, hold on, let me, Grandma is testing gifts for grandkids. And it was one of those, let me share it. It was one of those little polymer clay kits. Let me turn to display. Okay, so it was this thing, and there was this kit tomato clay, and the thing is that on these ones, at least they are honest, because they say modeling clay. And generally speaking, whenever you see modeling clay, you need to stay away from it, because it's not a professional clay. It's going to be very, very poor quality. And as you can see, the colors are very, very bright, and very much like those colors that you see in the 5 minutes crafts thing. But that is one of the things. And the other thing is that first of all, they are not good quality things. I mean, they are crappy things just to get views, because it's the type of channel that wants a lot of subscribers so they can live on ad revenue. The other thing is that, if you'll notice, they put raw clay on baked clay with nothing in between without telling you. They never say the temperature to bake. A lot of times they'll tell you bake for 5 minutes. Really? So don't get me wrong, there are some channels, especially with the start of the YouTube Shorts thing, where YouTube tries to compete with Instagram and TikTok. You can still see tutorials that are true, but obviously in a minute you cannot really give enough information. Because all those 5 minute crafts things, they show you in 5 minutes, they show like 6 things that you could make. But yeah, no, stay away and don't take them seriously. They are not good. Okay. Another thing that I got as a question was somebody who does sugar craft, and they asked me if it is possible to make canes with sugar paste. And I said, It is, but you need to be very careful and you need to cool it all the time, because sugar paste is going to become very sticky and very soft very fast as you work with it. Okay, so talking sprays, if you want to varnish and you're not very good at varnishing with a paintbrush, and one thing I can tell you, you have to be very careful when it's about spray varnishing as well, because especially you do most of the time you'll be varnishing beads and stuff, because those are the hardest to use to varnish. And sometimes you might have thank you, hi Pamela, hi CM. Sometimes, depending on the varnish itself, you can get little dots of varnish. Sometimes you might spray a little bit too much and then you'll get a droplet. I mean, and I said before, if you want to not mess up your varnishing, because most of the time what people have issues with when varnishing is the brush streaks and air bubbles. And I said before, I know that you see a lot of recommendations from various people to get a flat brush. No, when it comes to varnishing, to be able to put a very even coat on something, you never ever use a flat brush, no matter how plump it is. And I'm telling you that from the point of view of a painting artist who has worked with a ton of different media, oils, pastels, gouache, watercolor, acrylics, you name it. What you need is what is called a mop brush, and they are generally used for watercolor, and they look like this. See how the tops look like a mop. You also have to be very careful after you wash them. Don't dry them with a paper towel to go like this, because you're gonna mess up. And also you need a squirrel. Don't get your varnishing brush is something you cannot afford to be skimpy on or to make economies on, because that is the last touch on your product, and it's what makes your product look professional. So I did find that you do have in my Amazon influencer store, you do find the cheapest versions that I found of some professional paintbrushes. And as I was saying, when you wash it, what you need to do after you finished washing it, you go like this and you slightly turn and do this, so it would get back the mop shape, and you let it dry like this. You do not, again, you do not start fluffing it up. You do not do stuff like that, because it's not going to do the same. And why do you need a mop brush is because number one, a mop brush is designed to hold liquid and release it exactly as long as the paintbrush touches the surface you are painting, varnishing. and that will avoid you having to keep dipping your brush, your paintbrush, in varnish to put it. It's going to be a very, very even layer without you having to go again. And because of the shape and because of the way it releases the liquid, you will not have air bubbles. So and when it comes to what varnishes, of course you can get expensive varnishes, but in my own personal opinion, my to-go varnish is the water-based Minwax. You can get water-based Varathane. You can make, hi Kanchana, dang. And you can also make, I showed, there's a video where I showed how to make your own shellac varnish. Let me see. Let me give you the link. And it's all with stuff that you can find on Amazon or anywhere online, and it's very, very, very easy to make. Let me give you the link for that one. But of course you can use more expensive varnishes. You can use golden, you can use, and actually golden is not that expensive because yeah, it's more than other ones, but you get a pretty big jar with it. Let me see what else. I'm checking in my questions. Oh yes, talking about molds. I'm getting always the questions on, oh, I have this mold or I have this texture, but I don't know if it is bakeable or not. And I want to know if I can bake in it or bake regular clay in it or bake liquid clay in it. What you doing, birthday boy? It's not his birthday anymore. Okay. Bye, Ramona. Generally speaking, you will know because it's written on it, and if you don't know, I don't know, you can test and see if it burns off or not. But generally speaking, Scalpy has textures and molds that can be baked, especially everything that goes for the liquid clay can go baking. If you go for clay tools, I called them and I actually talked to them, and in clay tools the only ones that are oven proof are the ones, the blue ones, because they have several colors of textures and molds and stuff that they sell, and it's the blue ones. Let me see if I can reach one because I have one of them. This is clay tools that is oven safe, and they do put the information up. Okay, I got this for liquid clay, but when it comes to molds, Scalpy has some molds that are oven safe. You know, the basic cabochons, the ones with the round and the triangular one and the teardrop one, and those are oven safe. But on the other ones, you have to ask. If there's nowhere written, you have to ask, because as much as they will have some heat tolerance, especially the ones that are for resin, because resin heats up when it cures, they will not all have the heat tolerance up to the degree you need to bake clay. So very careful with that. I don't know what to tell you more. On some of them, especially the ones that are generally used for sugar craft and chocolate and stuff like that, they will say if they are oven proof. Okay, the other thing was the Papa's clay. I didn't finish experimenting with it, but once again, I'm not going to say a lot about it. It's not a clay that's good for me. I talked to several artists that are doing sculptures with it. To me, it doesn't feel right, and it doesn't have elasticity, even if it's supposed to be quite flexible after it's baked. It doesn't really have any kind of elasticity when it's raw, so it doesn't do good by me. So I will finish the experimenting with it, but as I said, there are some European, especially artists that do sculpture with it, and especially artists that do fantasy and gaming sculptures that and they swear by it. It's not my kind. Yes, better late than never, always. So, and that would be one of them. Okay, am I going to make more resin tutorials? Yes, I am, and I'm going to make more, especially casting resin. Okay. I'm going to make more flowers, not till spring. Are you going to make more for gemstones? Yes, that is definitely yes. And what are my favorite texture sheets? My favorite texture sheets, I said before, and I'm not at all connected or associated with them, are the Cool Tools. Otherwise, I have a few number 2 favorite texture sheets are the cheapo makings, because they go through the pasta machine, and with all my issues with the hands, I can always get a really nice impression with them. There are a few Helen Braille and a few Lisa Pavelka texture sheets that I like, but generally speaking, I am not fond of most of the Lisa Pavelka, Christy Friesen, and stuff like that, because they are not really texture sheets, they are stamp sheets. And remember, I was telling you before the difference between a stamp and a texture. The stamp, when you apply it, the lines go in the clay, but with the texture, when you apply it, the lines will stand out. So that's a huge difference, and it's especially a huge difference when you're trying to do effects like stamped mokumegane or mica shift. It's very interesting. So there's the reason why. Okay. The other, I'm going through it. What are you crying? He's bored. Give me a second. I'm gonna go grab him. Because if I grab him and love on him, he's going to calm down. Just a second. Where are you? What you doing? Here's the birthday boy. Here's the birthday boy. He's got the zoomies. What? He's got the zoomies. Hello, Michelle. So yeah, yesterday was his birthday. He turned 2 years old. It's like yesterday. It's like yesterday that I got him, and he was just a little fuzzball. Why you pushing me? Why you pushing me? Why you pushing, Mama? What? He wants to go and zoom me around the house. Yes, I love you too. I love you too. Come on. You wanna go? You wanna go? There you go. You go run after Seamus. Yes, the floof. He just has the zoomy, so he's running around the house. Whenever I'm working here for more than, let's say, half an hour, he starts crying that he's not getting enough attention. If I don't, I need to kind of calculate it when he's sleeping, because otherwise he will want attention. Right. Okay. Another thing was, can I make a rosary with polymer clay? I don't see why not, because a rosary just helps you count, after all. There was a lot of, hold on, the discussion on, and it's been going on and on and on. Yeah, he zooms, he goes, and then he barks, because yeah, he makes a sound that sounds like barking. He goes gadung 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 zoom, and then he goes so yeah, sounds exactly like barking. Okay, so it's something that keeps going on about using polymer clay in the kitchen, on kitchen utensils and stuff. Number one, never make dishes that you intend to eat from using polymer clay, because think about this. Polymer clay is what is polymer clay is actually microscopic granules of PVC mixed with plasticizers. So PVC is a plastic, and it's not a plastic that is used in making kitchen utensils and stuff, because it's plastic, and especially when plastic heats up, it's not a good thing. You can make silverware handles, but my suggestion to you would be to varnish them. Definitely never get them through the dishwasher, but varnish them so you wouldn't get any kind of plasticky stuff on your fingers when you eat. You can put you can use polymer clay for flower bases. It's not going to mess them up. Hi, Gail. You can make a polymer clay holder for your cooking spoons, for example. But let's say when it comes to a salt and pepper shaker, cover up, go to the Dollar Tree and get the $1 ones that are pure glass and cover them up with polymer clay. Don't allow the polymer clay to touch the food, and especially if the food is supposed to be a little bit warmer. Okay. Let me see. That is pretty much what I have for this month. Oh no, there's one more. Yes, you can do that. You can decorate the backside. Just be aware of the fact that it might pop out, because remember that if you put polymer clay on glass and you bake it, if you don't, you have to kind of take it out and glue it, otherwise it's going to come out. No, I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something and I forgot. And I closed the screen. I. Oh yeah, I remembered. Okay, can you use polymer clay as covers for Christmas lights? Depends on the lights. I mean, if you have the type of light bulbs in your Christmas lights that do not get hot, then yes, you do. You can use it. Otherwise, it's exactly like, again, like regular plastic. If you put regular plastic over something that gets hot, it's going to melt, right? And it might even start burning. So it's not a very good idea to do that. I think that was it about polymer clay. So because everything is going so good, I don't think, unless you have some other questions you want to ask me, I don't. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to be very proud of. So I started my weight loss dieting and everything on the 17th of July, and I lost 14 pounds. So 14 done. I don't know, 60 or 70 more to go. But yeah, if my thyroid medication is kept properly at the proper dose, I shouldn't have that big of a problem. So this is pretty much it. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm thinking I didn't do in a while, and it's very much in fashion, especially in Europe. I haven't seen it much in the US, but it's covering mugs with polymer clay. And I know it's a real turkey. And I'll tell you a few tricks about that. But I will, I might make a mug tomorrow, and what I want to do, I want to get on my Amazon influencer store to actually show you. It should be either in baking blanks or in coverables. I'm not sure where I put it. No, it should be in coverables. Where is the coverables? You can see that it's a lot of stuff. Alrighty. Because I know I found some mugs. No, it's not here. Maybe they went off. But I'm gonna go and update, you know, after each live I go and pretty much an update. That's what I do Saturday evenings. Yeah, I need to find some more, but I can tell you one thing, that my own, I get them at the Dollar Tree because it's much easier to get them there, and they are just plain white. It's kind of hard to find plain white, but you can still find some plain white, or you can get plain black or plain. The idea is to be plain, and you can bake directly on the mug. But as I said, in Europe it's been in vogue for at least a year, the whole thing with putting polymer clay on mugs for various things, for not just for holidays and Halloweens and Christmas, for birthdays, for thank yous if you have a doctor that you like or who did something, you know, for the teacher, for all kinds of stuff. So I thought, why not touch on that a little bit? So Again, don't forget to check the pearl clay, and I'm not sure if next week, might be more towards the 15th. I'm going to do the I have to talk to Trish first to see when she gets her stock updated, because I don't want to do a giveaway and then you cannot use it because she doesn't have in stock what you need. But it's going to be helpful for Thanksgiving and Christmas for the artists out there. But it's going to be again gift certificates for PolyClay play. Okay. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. If you think you want to watch something else, not the mug thing, and you watch this later, you can comment underneath, and I'll have something else prepared. Alright, I shall see you all tomorrow. Don't forget, as usual, at 12:30 Central Time. I love you all. Don't forget to thumbs me up. Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye.